Hey y'all, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be painting you guys. I received tons of submissions on Instagram and I chose a few photos to use as reference for these pages in my sketchbook. I'm getting back into gouache, so this was a great way to practice. I'm using the Arteza gouache, which I used in my last video, and it works like a charm. For this first portrait, I did a whole page to match the one next to it, and the shadows in this photo looked really cool, and you can kind of see how there were warm colors on the skin and then cool tones in the shadows. This person's face is also just really interesting and defined, which I love. I really like how some of y'all chose more complex photos to make art out of because it makes this concept really interesting and fun. I will say I was kind of rushed on this first one because of my plans for the day, so it didn't turn out as smooth as I would have hoped, but I still really like it. Gouache is really interesting because the colors dry slightly different than when you apply the paint. The dark colors especially show up rich and saturated when wet, and then as they dry they become a little more pale. This medium is generally really compatible for using vibrant and saturated colors though, and for some reason it just works better than acrylic does for me. I don't know why, it's just like, I can't even describe it, it's just so good. How are y'all doing though? Was your summer worthwhile? What are you up to now? I'm about to move into my dorm. At the time I'm recording this, I'm actually moving out tomorrow morning. This is my last full day living at home. It's not a super big deal because I'm going to college in my city, but still, I've never lived anywhere else. I've always loved spending time in my room, and now I'm gonna spend most of the next 4 years in a dorm or an apartment. Of course, I'll be home for the summer and on breaks most likely, but it's pretty crazy that things are happening. Like, I don't know, like I'm a legal adult now. I still feel like a 15-year-old. What happened? Where did the time go? Oh yeah, finish this. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Now for this spread, I'm just doing like 3-4 people on each page, and I just wanted to make it kind of... There's this one painter on Instagram, I don't know if he's also on TikTok or any other place, but I've seen him on Instagram and he does these giant canvases with like different people that submit photos to him. And he has like rules, like they gotta be well lit, centrally lit, so they all look... Sorry, my dog is... You good? Okay. Sorry about that. But they all gotta be like uniform, similar photos of like the same angle on people's faces. But they look really cool when he puts them together, like it's a giant family photo of random strangers on the internet, and it's such a cool concept. I will admit I was struggling a lot with this first one. I couldn't get the paint to cooperate with me. I think since the portrait was so small, it kind of threw me off, but thankfully later down the line I got it to work with me. I am so overjoyed and thrilled that so many Desi women send photos for me to paint. It's no surprise as a lot of my subscribers and followers are from India and other South Asian countries, but it's still lovely to see people actually engaging with the things I do online and seeing it play out. There aren't too many South Asian people where I live, so it's really wonderful that I can at least see it from this community on the internet. I honestly have run out of things to talk about already. I'm just sitting in my room. I probably need to pack. I have done a minimal amount of packing for someone who's moving in a day, less than a day. This person is so freaking pretty though. I did a kind of base layer, a wash of gouache, if you will, for this one, so I think that helped a little bit. It looks kind of freaky, but trust the process. I've had to trust the process on a lot of different things lately in my art. Speaking of art, hopefully I will be doing a lot more art because I'm aiming to get a Bachelor of Fine Arts, so I'm going to be taking a lot of art classes, doing a lot of creatively focused courses. I'm taking 6 hours worth of art classes per week so far, and I'd imagine it's going to be like that for the rest of my college career, so I don't know if I should be excited or not about that, but stay tuned. I hope to develop my craft a little more because I've been kind of in the same place for a while. For the past year or so, I haven't really developed my art. It's kind of been the same. Even like ideas wise, I'm still kind of doing the same things and making the same sort of content. So hopefully going to school, taking some art classes, getting my money's worth will make things more interesting for me and for you guys. So this one's going by, that one went by really fast, I don't know why. The Apple time lapses. I filmed this video on my iPhone. I didn't use my camera because it doesn't do time lapses, but I think they try to adjust the time lapses, like the speed of each one, depending on how much time in real life you took up. So like, if you do a time lapse for an hour, it'll try and condense it to around 20-30 seconds. And even if you do a time lapse for like 5 minutes, it'll stretch it out a little more, so it'll go a little slower just because it's trying to get that around the same time range. I don't know. I found that out by just filming YouTube videos and noticing that, but it's really interesting how they kind of balance it out depending on how long the time lapse is, if that makes sense. This one was really fun to do. It started out looking kind of wonky, but again, trust the process. The picture this person sent was so freaking cool. Like, the lighting was amazing. It was so almost like chiaroscuro, like the shadows cast on the face were very dark. The other side where the shadows weren't, the highlights were very light. And it looks just like such a cool image. And I was so excited to do this one. On the topic of art-oriented lifestyles, lately I've realized just how many creative opportunities there are out there, like especially orienting my brain to career paths and introducing myself to new people around me, different mediums of art, people who do all sorts of things. People who make music are doing really well, like especially in my city. People who paint and do fine art are actually making it. Maybe not in the best way possible, but they're making it. They're barely scraping by, and I'm so proud of them. They're not like starving people, which is great. That there are not entirely too many starving artists barely scraping by. And I hope the future holds a lot more room and support for these people, because an artistic lifestyle is truly meant for some people. There are some people I've met that I just can't see doing anything else. I can't see them in a corporate job. I can't see myself in a corporate job, to be honest. I just see myself doing random things and getting by that way. I don't really have an image of myself sitting at a desk working 9 to 5. Like, never. That will never be me. And if it is, then I am like down bad. I need to get my shit together. Because I just see myself painting, I see myself making things constantly and getting by off of that. I'm just now realizing that these are all femme-presenting people that I'm painting, and I don't remember any dudes sending me pictures, maybe like 1 or 2, but even then, I just can only choose so many. And I'm trying to get an accurate representation of all the photos that were sent, and I am pressed on time, and I'm hoping to make more videos like this in the future. So dudes, if you're watching this, I know you're not a large percentage of my following, but please feel free to send me good pictures of yourselves, and I will paint them, because I don't draw enough dudes to begin with. So that would be really awesome and epic, and thank you in advance. But yeah, I'm very glad that all of these beautiful women, by the way, have sent so many cool pictures, and if I didn't paint you, please don't take offense. Again, there are just so many that I could choose from, like only so many I can choose from, as someone who's literally moving out tomorrow. So, you know, did not have all of the time in the world to do this. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for more stuff like this. I'm really happy with this. Here's the finished product. I really want to do more stuff like this in the future. It was so freaking fun, dude. Yeah. Here's our artist shout out for today. I've been following them for a while and their art is just so cool. Such a creative being. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. I love and appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. All right, have a good one. Take it easy.